love the rhythms of today.
But when I'm tired of that beat, and I long for something sweet, I go back to old Broadway.
Yes, when I pine for a lyric line or a mellow melody.
Guys like Hammerstein and Julie Stein are the stars that shine for me.
Live from the Minska Theater in New York City, the 40th Anniversary Tony Awards.
Wanna sing a show too, do no Broadway show too. Nothing that is no to, something that is hard, something you can hum or strum by the hour, something kind of light that's as bright as a flower, something with a tune you can croon in the shower to help the day start. There are some great rock songs, no they're not all slog songs, but only some are Scott songs. Set me back in my soul. How I love to sing a ditty that's witty, stylish, something first for us, for the rest, or for polish. Wanna sing a show too, from a Broadway show. Wanna sing a show too, good old Broadway show too. Nothing that has no to, something that has heart, something you can bow down by the hour, make believe your posse, or Bennett, or Gower, something you can scat slightly flat in the shower, who cares if it's on?
For one performance only, the renowned, the distinguished, the celebrated, the truly stellar, all-star performance of Tony Award-winning thespian.
From cabaret to carousel, let me tell you how fun I'm of anything for Berlin, for London, for Sondheim. Wanna sing a show too, from the Broadway show.
This portion of the American Theater Wing's Tony Awards is sponsored by AT&T. In long-distance services, information and network systems, telephones, and computers, AT&T is the right choice.
Wanna sing a show too, from a great big Broadway show.
Hello, John.
It was 20 years ago that the Tonys first appeared on national television.
John was mayor of New York City then, and I had just finished playing Wait Until Dark at the Barrymore.
Just a minute. I want to show you two something. Come here. Look at this.
1967.
Get that thing out of here.
I think we both look better now.
Well, anyway, the Tonys were first presented over 40 years ago in the ballroom of the Waldorf Astoria.
And we have some of those winners with us tonight. The Best Actress of 1946-47 for the play Happy Birthday, Miss Helen Hayes.
And I brought along someone who won as Best Actor that year for Cyrano de Bergerac, José Ferrer.
40 years ago, there was a tie for Outstanding Choreographer, and it was shared by Agnes de Mille and Michael Kidd.
And who won for what?
What? Yes.
I got it for Brigadoon, and this is to the authors Leonard-in-Law. And Michael, you?
I got mine for Finian's Rainbow, Agnes.
It was brilliant.
Agnes, it's wonderful seeing you here. You're really a scrapper, isn't she, Helen?
That's why she's still here.
All of us, and the theater.
Yes.
The fabulous invalid.
Class of 1947 and this year's nominees as well.
Didn't my friend David Wayne win in 1947 for Finian's Rainbow?
Oh, my heart is beating wildly, and it's all because you're here. When I'm not near the girl I love the girl I'm near.
What happened next?
1948.
Papa, won't you dance with me? Oh, dance with me, please, dance with me. Papa, take a chance with me and dance with me tonight.
Well, I love high-button shoes.
1949.
But
What was the show? When I'm close to you,
the stars fill the sky. So in love, so in love, so in love with you, my love am I.
1950. What were we singing in 1950?
I'm as corny, Kansas and Austin. I'm as normal as blueberry pie. If you'll excuse an expression I use, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with a wonderful smile.
Here's the South Pacific.
I've never been in love before. Now all at once it's you forevermore.
Guys and dolls. Excuse me.
Win some, lose some. 1951.
Hello, young lovers, wherever you are. I hope your troubles are few. All of my memories are happy tonight. I've had a love of my own. The King and I, Rogers and Hammerstein.
You know, love not only makes the world go round, it's also been extremely helpful to the musical theater. It's love, and who would have thought
That's a wonderful town.
If this is love, then why have I fought it?
It won 8 Tonys.
Lovers come, lovers go, and all that you need to know. Lovers know, only lovers know.
It's fate, my dear. In fact, it's kismet.
I got steam heat. I got steam heat. I got steam heat. But I need your love to keep away the cold. Score by Richard Adler. Jerry Ross. Choreographed by Bob Fosse.
1955, Pajama Game.
I got a hot water bottle, but not that I got'll take the place of you. Holding me tight.
Score by Richard Adler and Jerry Ross.
Choreography by Bob Fosse.
1956. Damn Yankees.
You gotta have heart. All you really need is heart. Oh, it's fine to be a genius, of course, but keep that old horse before the cart.
First you gotta have heart. You gotta have heart. You gotta have heart.
Damn Yankees.
Among its 9 Tony Awards was one for Best Score of a Musical. And the nominees in that category tonight are The Mystery of Edwin Drood, music and lyrics by Rupert Holmes. The News, music and lyrics by Paul Shearhorn. Song and Dance, music and lyrics written for the theater, music by Andrew Lloyd Webber, lyrics by Don Black, additional lyrics by Richard Maltby Jr. Wind in the Willows, music by William Perry, lyrics by Roger McGow and William Perry. And the winner is The Mystery of Edwin Drood, music and lyrics by Rupert Holmes.
Thank you. Each evening at the Imperial Theater, The Mystery of Edwin Drood rejoices in that sense of conspiracy that takes place when actors and audience try to make an event of an evening. I want to thank the hundreds of thousands of people who have seen Edwin Drood already and made each performance unique and special. I have to bless this breathtaking and blindingly brilliant cast, the greatest collection of actors, singers, and dancers I've seen on one stage at one time, to Wilfred Leach, Graziella Daniele, Bob Shaw, Lindsay Davis, Gail Merrifield, Deborah Grunfeld, Michael Starbin, many thanks. And to Joe Papp, who makes Drood possible, who made theater in New York exciting, and who makes my presence here possible. And also a personal note to my daughter Wendy, 10 years old. You have given me more love and more patience in the last 3 years than any composer, author, or daddy could ever ask for. Bless you, and bless you all. Thank you.
And when they're not singing, they're talking. The nominees for Best Book of a Musical are Big Deal, book by Bob Fosse; The Mystery of Edwin Drood, book by Rupert Holmes; Singin' in the Rain, book by Betty Comden and Adolph Green; Wind in the Willows, book by Jane Iredale. And the winner is The Mystery of Edwin Drood, Rupert Holmes.
God, I hope my home videotape recorder is working right now. I never know how to set it. This is the first thing that I've ever written for theater, and that someone from the record business would be made so welcome with his first book and score speaks volumes of your kindness and graciousness, and I hope will encourage other people from the record industry to try their hand at theater. I want to thank my manager, Norman Kurtz, for the years he's put up with me and helped me. My parents, who taught me everything I know about literature and music. My brother, Richard Holmes, the finest opera singer in New York. My wife, Liza. And this is a sentimental gesture, but I'd just like all of America to know that The Mystery of Edwin Drood is playing at the Imperial Theater. And if you call New York Information, you can get that number. It's a 24-hour number. Thank you very much.
Are you coming, Stefanie?
No, Hal, I just don't want the party to end. I could have danced all night. I could have danced all night and still have begged for more. 1957, My Fair Lady and the British Invasion of Broadway.
Well, you colonials came back brilliantly with The Music Man, Flower Drum Song, and West Side Story.
I like to be in America, porque pa' mí en America, everything free in America, por eso aquí en America.
Yes, Rodgers and Hammerstein again. Flower Drum Song.
Love, look away. Lonely though I may be, leave me and
1960, the voters couldn't decide between Fiorello and The Sound of Music, so there was a tie and they both won. It was an extraordinary year in any event because that year we also had Gypsy.
But I at least got a try. When I think of all the sights that I gotta see at, all the places I gotta play, all the things that I gotta be at, come on, Papa, what do you say? Some people can be content playing bingo and paying rent. That's okay for some people, for some humdrum people, I suppose. Well, they can stay and rot, but not wrong.
The Sound of Music, Gypsy, Fiorello, all in one season. Quite a year for the musical in New York. And now we jump to the present. I am delighted to be presenting the award for this year's winner for Best Choreography in a Musical. And the nominees are Graciela Danielle for The Mystery of Edwin Drood, Bob Fosse for Big Deal, Peter Martins for Song and Dance, Claudio Segovia and the Tango Argentino dancers from Tango Argentino. And the winner is Bob Fosse for Big Deal.
I want to thank Chris Chapman and Gordon Harrell, who worked with me from the beginning. And since it is for choreography and the whole show of dances, I'd like to name them all, but I'll save you that. I won't. I would like to name Cleavon Derricks and Alan Weeks and the wonderful Loretta Devine, and hope that does it for everybody. I thank you very much. You've made me very, very happy. Thank you.
When AT&T wrote the book on quality control, a lot of people read it. In fact, they studied it. Today, some of the most quality-conscious companies in the world use the AT&T handbook as a guide. The fact that so many companies depend on us for quality means a lot. The fact that so many people do means even more. Whether it's telephones, information systems, long-distance services, or computers, AT&T is the right choice.
I don't believe this book. Jocks who eat Kellogg's cornflakes.
No pages, huh?
Yeah? Larry Bird eats them. The Larry Bird.
Are the Celtics?
And Jimmy Connors, Eric Dickerson.
How about Joe Montana?
My goodness. My man. Richard Gossage. A goose.
It may surprise you who's eating cornflakes.
Joe Montana.
But not why. Great taste and solid nutrition. Make them a real breakfast winner.
Herschel Walker. Fuzzy Zeller.
Somebody pass the milk. How about those Kellogg's cornflakes now?
Not infrequently, the first applause you hear is when the curtain goes up and the audience sees the scenery for the first time. It always bothers me when the scenery gets more applause than the actors, but that's show business. In any case, the four nominees tonight encase actors like jewels of great price and present them to the public with love. And they are Ben Edwards for The Iceman Cometh, David Mitchell for The Boys of Winter, Benny Montresor for The Marriage of Figaro, and Tony Walton for The House of Blue Leaves. And the winner of the American Theater Wing's Tony Award is Tony Walton for The House of Blue Leaves.
could this be the first time that an apartment in Queens has won an award? You know. On behalf of everybody who worked on the 2 sets for House of Blue Leaves, downstairs at the new house, Steve Sacklad, and upstairs at the Beaumont, Dana Ken, thank you very much to the Tony Committee. Thank you to CJ for unearthing, well, the taste-free furnishings that I was desperate to get hold of. Thank you so much to wonderful Paul Gallo for heroic lighting, and to the wondrous Anne Roth. This is the fourth collaboration in a row, and they've all been hilarious. Thank you, Anne. And thanks to John Guare for gamely putting up with our attempt to surround his play with entirely too much of Queens, and to the amazing cast, and to the Mosher and Gersten gang for making the whole experience of bringing the Beaumont somewhat back to life and making it such a wonderful experience. And especially thank you to Jerry Zaks, who over my desperate protests insisted on serving up the set with great blasts of Strauss, which made it appear a great deal more of something other than it really was. And I would, forgive me, Alex, but it's way overdue for me to thank my wondrous Jen and my 2 amazing daughters, Emma and Bridget, who have put up with the dementia of this lunatic business with such love and care. And thank you very much.
I bow to no one in my appreciation of scenery, but I do want to point out that it looks a whole lot different, not to say better, when the lights are on. The nominees for Best Lighting Design are Pat Collins for I'm Not Rappaport, Jules Fisher for Song and Dance, Paul Gallo for The House of Blue Leaves, Thomas R. Skelton for The Iceman Cometh. And the winner is Pat Collins for I'm Not Rappaport. Pat Collins cannot be with us. Pat Collins cannot be with us because she is working in London, but I know she would thank you very, very much.
Well, as you can see, I'm really into fabric. Well, fabric that glitters, that is. And why not? Anyway, the nominees for Best Costume Design are Willa Kim for Song and Dance, Benny Montesor for The Marriage of Figaro, Anne Roth for The House of Blue Leaves, and Patricia Ziprot for Sweet Charity. And before I open this, I should let you know that whoever wins must make me a dress. Or don't come up here. Patricia, honey.
I'm so glad I won this. I can't tell you, I can't thank everybody enough. If I had lost one more time, I think I would have been eligible for the Guinness Book of Records. But anyway, there's so many people to thank. I would especially like to thank all the people who work and make the costume come to life. The sewers, the drapers, the barber materas, the shoemakers, the wig makers, the hat makers, the dyers, the painters, the shoppers. As we all know that no one has ever gone on stage wearing a sketch. And without all these people, we wouldn't be able to execute our craft. And I guess there's so many thank yous, but there is one I have in mind. I've done 4 shows with Bob Fosse. And Bobby, I think I got this one right. Thank you very much.
The Broadway Theater is a special case. You have to travel here to see us. Unlike television, movies, and music, we don't come to you, at least not right away. The chances are that a play or musical that has just opened is not a familiar name or sound to you out across the country yet, so that you can be almost as anxious to know the outcome of the voting as all of us are here tonight. We're going to show you a brief number from each of the 4 musicals nominated this year. The first, The Mystery of Edwin Drood, a mystery which the audience solves every night.
Seems singularly bent on attaching both his hands to both my knees.
I'm considering the love of a most engaging chap, and I'll let him do exactly as I believe.
I've a lady down in front who's handed me her latchkey. Surely she must know that spells her doom. Dearie!
And this man has bright eyes to show me in my dressing room.
There you are. How very glad we are that there you are. It isn't who you are, but where you are. And there you are. And grateful are we to see. How fine and there you are. So lightning quick, let's all pick up a fuss. We can but pray our trust is lying in us. So drink your beer and just unwind in us. Oh, only wicked dream of blinding us. You're finding us. We want you and not our luck. We care for where you've been. And not a jot we care how you got in. We must care that better, in life you start the same as when you're done. If you lose, you're just where you begun. If you win, don't quit while you're ahead. Just press your blessed luck instead.
Don't try to think what move might be the best. Use the heart that beats within your breast. Never rest. Don't quit while you're ahead.
Sing out, there's more in store for me.
I know there must be love that's yet to be. Only just 3 winks away from me, hopefully. Don't quit while you're ahead. Don't say I'm off to bed. Farewell.
Full well I know. Don't let the moment go to waste. Not with victory close enough to taste. Heed the call with all due haste. For God's own sake. So raise our stake. You struck the lucky way, never break through any lucky chain or refrain. Don't quit while you're ahead. As easy on his head could be. Ta-ra-ra-ree. Both, thank you, flashing, glory be. Both, thank you, flashing, glory be. Don't quit while you're ahead. Sing out, there's more in store for me.
Hello, I'm Lily Tomlin. Regional theaters across this country have, among other things, become a contributing force to Broadway. They are originating and commissioning new works, a good many of which eventually wind up here. For example, last year's Tony-winning Big River, which began at the American Repertory Theater in Cambridge, Massachusetts. The more usual fare at ART, however, is older works, re-examined, rearranged, rehearsed, and presented to astonished and increasingly enthusiastic audiences who are rising to the challenge. Nowhere is this challenge more provocative than at the American Repertory Theater. Its director, Robert Brustein, has said that theater must free the audience's imagination. He certainly made contact with over 300 voting members of the American Theater Critics Association who recommended ART for this special Tony, which carries with it a grant of $15,000 from the American Express Company. No, you are not imagining this, Mr. Brustein. Come and get it.
Thank you very much. This award, gratefully accepted, is for Rob Orchard, for Jan and Jeremy Geit, for the acting company, staff, and audiences of the American Repertory Theater. It's for our principal artists, for Andre Serban, Robert Wilson, Joanne Akalitis, Michael Juergen, Philip Glass, Jennifer Tipton, many, many more, past and present, who have pushed us into new areas of artistic awareness. It's for the president and fellows of Harvard University, who gave us a home when we lost our theater in New Haven. And it's for those resident nonprofit companies throughout the country who still believe in the collective vision of theater, who believe and keep faith in the nurturing of the American artist and the challenging and transforming of the American audience. Thank you very much, American Express, American Theater Critics Union, and all of you here tonight. Thank you.
And now, the conclusion of the case of the missing case.
It started out as a party, but turned into the case of the missing case.
Groovy shindig. Incredible feat. Thank you.
Hey, who turned out the lights?
Oh, Mickey!
It's okay, doll.
No, it's not. There's a case of Miller Lite missing.
Who took it?
It had to be somebody in this room.
Rodney! Hey, guys, take it easy, will you?
Why'd you do it, Rodney? 'Cause light tastes great?
Yeah!
'Cause light's less filthy?
Yeah! I tell you, I didn't do it. Well, I'm not even Rodney.
You! I thought it was a costume party. Great mask, huh?
But if he didn't do it, who did?
They'll never figure out who took that case.
Oh, Mickey, you did!
Not exactly.
Hiya, doll.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm glad we didn't go dancing.
It's no mystery that there's only one light beer, Miller Lite.
It splits the dark with a powerful beam. Spotlighter rechargeable light from Black & Decker. Spotlighter has its own recharging base, so in a moment's notice it lights your way. Spotlighter from Black & Decker. Ideas at work.
Introducing the most unique total photographic system in the world. The new Polaroid Spectra system. A completely automatic camera and a brilliant new film that gives you pictures so stunningly real, so lifelike, they capture reality in a way we've never done before. The new Polaroid Spectra system. We take your pictures seriously.
Stay tuned for Song and Dance with Bernadette Peters, 4 big awards, and the first day of rehearsal with Nell Carter, Hal Linden, Tony Randall, John Rubinstein, and Ben Vereen.
Tuesday, what makes you unique among all living things? Why can't Rich Little duplicate a human voice exactly? An Emmy award-winning special that takes you to the outer limits of genetic miracles, where disease is cured in the womb, and our lifespans may extend beyond imagination. An astonishing glimpse of the future. The Body Human, the Living Code.
I'm Maria Shriver. We'll talk with comedian Joan Rivers, singer Julio Iglesias, and comic Jerry Lewis this week on the CBS Morning News.
This is CBS.
This time, this place has done a lot for me.
kind of thing happens when the beauty of a place overwhelms you. Things seem different, more positive. I'll be going home in a few days. But I'll be back.
Come back to yourself.
Is there a caller there? Hi.
Phil? Hi. Please don't get me wrong or anything. I really, really like your show a lot, but I've got a great idea for it. Why don't you change the time?
My grandmother had similar advice.
People would watch you more if it were on in the afternoon, let's say about 3 o'clock. I really do.
You know, this has got tremendous possibilities.
Starting Monday, June 9th, Donahue moves to 3 o'clock on Channel 2.
Bill Curtis and Walter Jacobson, Monday at 10.
As all of you know, there are some directors who guide both plays and musicals. Hal Prince, winner of 15 Tony Awards over the years, comes to mind. And certainly one cannot fail to mention the most enduring of them all, the incredible George Abbott, who celebrates his 99th birthday in 2 weeks. Happy birthday. Mr. Abbott has been involved with 124 productions as author, co-author, or director. His next coming up in September. The nominees for Best Director of a Play are Jonathan Miller for Long Day's Journey into Night, Jose Quintero for The Iceman Cometh, John Tillinger for Loot, and Jerry Zaks for The House of Blue Leaves. And the winner is Jerry Zaks for The House of Blue Leaves.
Perhaps my mother will give up the idea of medical school, I hope. No way I'm going to wing this, so I made some notes in the hope. John Guare, thank you for your magnificent play. Gregory Mosher and Bernie Gersten, the guys responsible for bringing life, not to mention theater, back to Lincoln Center. Tony Walton, Ann Roth, and Paul Gallo, the wonderful designers for Blue Leaves. The entire Lincoln Center staff, the crew, the stage management, the understudies, and the most magnificent cast a director could hope for. I'd like to thank Helen Merrill, Bill Craver, Danny Klein, my assistant, the Ensemble Studio Theater, people at Dartmouth for giving me the chance to fall in love with theater in the first place. And finally, my wife, Jill, and daughter, Emma, for putting up with my mishigas through this entire thing. And thank you, and thank you very much.
The nominees for Best Director of a Musical are Bob Fosse for Big Deal, Wilfred Leach for The Mystery of Edwin Drood, Richard Maltby Jr. for Song and Dance, Claudio Segovia and Hector Orezzoli for Tango Argentino. And the winner is Wilfred Leach for The Mystery of Edwin Drood.
Well, I had the good fortune to direct The Mystery of Edwin Drood. So, Graziella, it's half yours. Joe, thank you. Joe Papp, and Joe, good friend. I love the show, so thank you, Rupert. Thank you all.
What can be more exciting than the day the director calls you to the first rehearsal? It's the beginning of a long, creative journey that frequently has more ups and downs than a hike through the Rockies. But for most of us, it's the beginning of a dream. For these musicals, the dream came true. The year was 1961. We were a happy country, and Bye Bye Birdie reflected that.
Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. Take off that gloomy mask of tragedy. It's not your style. You'll look so good that you'll be glad you decided to smile. There was a stylish new administration in Washington in 1961. We called it Camelot. We also called the musical Camelot.
If ever I would leave you, how could it be in springtime? Knowing how in spring I'm bewitched by you so. Oh no, not in springtime, summer, winter, or fall. No, never would I leave you at all.
1962, and Broadway decided to take an affectionate poke at the world of the corporation. How to succeed in business without really trying won 7 Tonys.
Yet there's that upturned chin and that grin of impetuous youth. Oh, I believe in you. I believe in you.
1963, and we had the great Zero Mostel. And a funny thing happened on the way to the Forum. The first Broadway show with music and lyrics by Stephen Sondheim.
Everybody ought to have a maid. Someone whom you hire when you're short of help, to offer you the sort of help you never get from a spouse. Wriggling in the anteroom, giggling in the living room,
jiggling in the dining room,
wiggling in the other rooms, puttering all around the house.
You know, every time one mentions Hello, Dolly, this is what you get.
Well, hello, Dolly. Well, hello, Dolly.
But tucked away towards the end of the song-filled show is a lovely, lovely ballad.
He held me for an instant, but his arms felt safe and strong. It only takes a moment to be loved your whole life long.
Then he was back again, Zero Mostel in Fiddler on the Roof. A rich and wise and long-running love letter to the world of Shalom Aleichem.
Tradition, 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 tradition.
1966 was a banner year, the kind that makes you proud to be in the business. Dulcinea, Dulcinea, I see heaven when I see thee, Dulcinea. Man of La Mancha, of course, that same year, Maine.
I have a feeling that time has halted. I'd like 2 straws and a chocolate malted, 'cause that's how young I feel. And on a clear day, on a clear day, you can see forever and ever. 1966, it
20 years later, it's back in this theater, starring Debbie Allen.
She's a brass band, she's a harpsichord, she's a clarinet. She's the Philadelphia Orchestra, she's the modern jazz quartet. She's the band from Macy's Big Parade, a wild Count Basie blast. She's the bells of St. Peter's in Rome. She's tissue paper on a cone.
And all kinds of music keeps pouring out of me, 'cause somebody loved me at last.
Towards the end of the 60s, the theater blazed with a raw, uncompromising look at Berlin in the late 30s, the hideous political realities, and the garish, tawdry lives of the performers in cabaret.
What good is sitting at home in your room? Come hear the music play. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret.
1968 brought us Tony winners, Hallelujah Baby, and Leslie Uggams.
Share the door and the floor and the bed and the chair in my own barn, where every hour is golden, no one to whom I'm beholden, a morning that really belongs to me. Well, we had come to recognize a Broadway show, too, that had a certain lilt to it, a certain comfortable familiarity. Imagine our surprise in 1969 when a laser beam of a sound turned our heads. When the moon is in the seventh house and Jupiter lines with Mars, then peace will guide the planet and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, the age of Aquarius.
Can other long-distance companies offer you all AT&T can? Take a closer look.
Wrong number? I'll credit you for that call.
We'll set up an 800 number so you can dial Rome directly. You can save by placing...
Imagine long distance without all this. Only AT&T has such an extensive network of professionals who can answer questions and suggest ways you can save money. AT&T long distance. For over 100 years, when you reached out, we were there. And you can keep it that way. AT&T, the right choice.
At 110 miles per hour, engineers find the new Honda Accord LXI hatchback to be quiet and comfortable. At half that speed, you could find it to be twice as quiet and comfortable.
McDonald's presents Happy Pail, Happy Meal. 5 different pails to choose. Happy Pails for kids to fill. And fill.
And Phil.
And fill.
Just buy your child a hamburger.
Fries, chicken McNuggets, soft drinks, and French fries. The way the kids like us in the regular size. It's a good time. For the great taste of McDonald's.
All other buckets It's pale by comparison.
A portion of the proceeds from every Happy Pail Happy Meal goes to support Ronald McDonald Children's Charities.
Bosses don't believe there's a difference between memory writers from Xerox and typewriters from you-know-who. Ha! Bosses, begin.
Both correct errors and censor automatically, but memory writers have boldface, automatic table setup, and outstanding touch and feel. They're also quiet and much easier to learn and use. So, perfect documents are a snap. Take a long lunch.
For perfect documents every time. Call Team Xerox.
Monday.
A satellite crime like ours has never been dreamed of.
Scarecrow and Mrs. King enter the world of science fiction to stop a futuristic criminal. Then,
You're so stubborn!
Well, you're so rigid.
Kate and Allie get stuck in the middle of someone else's fight. And a new heart, a freak accident brings Larry back from beyond.
Hi. I'm still there.
Then, on Cagney and Lacey,
This is one of the days I feel very good about the job.
what begins as a routine assignment could become their last.
Don't move. Take it easy. I have a bomb. Just put that down.
Monday.
Good evening. Here's Newsbreak from CBS News. The world's largest communications company, AT&T, and the Communications Workers of America couldn't communicate today. Talks broke off. The strike continues. At Chernobyl, Soviet Army teams blew holes in the side of the reactor today. The holes are so that more concrete can be poured in. There's a new government-funded study of sex and a single woman. It says that 1 out of 3 American single women between 20 and 29 has been pregnant at least once, and that 40% aborted their first pregnancies. More after this.
Memories everywhere. When you know you can't delay it. From the biggest to the smallest, it's as good as there. It's called.
Hello, Emery.
It's as good as there.
Starting tomorrow, you can see what the senator from North Carolina says to the senator from South Carolina. For the first time, Senate proceedings will be televised by C-SPAN, the cable network that already shows House debates. This is Charles Osgood. Join me later for the CBS Sunday Night News.
The second nominated musical is Song and Dance. We're in New York City, a city that dances from dusk to dawn, where every face tells a story all its own. And whether you're from Nebraska or from England, it can be a shock. Song and Dance has a second act that is all dazzling dance, as you can see in these pre-recorded images. The first act, however, is all song. And here from Act 1 is An English Girl Come to America. Is Bernadette Peters.
I have never felt like this. For once I'm lost for words. Your smile has really thrown me. This is not like me at all. I never thought I'd know the kind of love you've shown me. Now, no matter where I am, no matter what I do, I see your face appearing like an unexpected song that only we are hearing. I don't know what's going on, can't work it out at all. Whatever made you choose me, I just can't believe my eyes. You look at me as though you couldn't bear to lose me. Now, no matter where I am, no matter what I do, I see your face appearing
Good evening, I'm Ben Vereen. This year, the nominees for Best Performance by a Featured Actress in a Musical are two lovely suspects from The Mystery of Edwin Drood. Patty Cohenauer as Rosa Budd, and Jana Schneider as the eccentric Dragon Lady. The perennial and indefatigable Elizabeth Welch from Jerome Kern Goes to Hollywood. And as the jaded dance hall hostess from Sweet Charity, B.B. Newworth. And the winner is B.B. Newworth.
Thank you very much. Bob. Where is he? Oh, Bob and Gwen, it's hard not to do work that you're very proud of when you're around Bob Fosse and Gwen Verdon. And it's a very great atmosphere on stage and backstage, and it's the most fun I've had maybe all my life. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Annie Reinking, and I'm here to present two of the nominees, thank you, for Best Performance by a Featured Actor in a Musical. And two of them are also from The Mystery of Edwin Drood, and their names are John Herrera as Neville Landis, Howard McGillen, the ultimate suspect, Christopher D'Amboise, whose feet seldom touch the ground in song and dance, and Michael Rupert as the on-again, off-again lover in Sweet Charity. And the winner is Michael Rupert, Sweet Charity!
Are you sure? Yes. Is this... God, this... I really didn't expect to be up here, I swear. This is great. Mr. Fosse, Bob, thank you for your patience with me, and Cy, for trying to sing it right. I'll get it, you know, and all of that. And we have a great, it's a great company. It's a great group of people. Debbie Allen is one of the funniest people I've ever worked with. And I love, the whole group, Lee and BB and Allison, everybody, it makes you want to go to work, you know, and this is great. Thank you very much.
Good evening. I'm William Hurt, and I would like to talk to you a little about the American Theater Wing, founders of the Tony Awards. The American Theater Wing performs tirelessly throughout the year. It's responsible for such projects as bringing the casts and companies of Broadway and off-Broadway to the lives of those unable to attend the theater. And this is the president of the American Theater Wing, Isabel Stevenson.
Thank you, Bill. As you know, the American Theater Wing also provides seminars on working in the theater. In addition, we contribute to the Saturday Theater for Children program, which introduces tomorrow's Broadway audiences to the thrill and necessity of theater. As you can see, to Broadway, the American Theater Wing means not only the Tonys, but much, much more. We'd both like to congratulate tonight's distinguished nominees.
Thank you.
This is the soft, pure light of the GE Soft White bulb. Its high diffusion coating makes light that's soft, warm, glowing, bright enough to work by and beautiful to see by. The Soft White by GE. GE, we bring good things to life.
GE.
At GE, everything we do is to help you live your life just the way you want to.
We give you time to live your dreams in style, to let you see the light that lights your life, the light that sees you through. Joy to catch them when they smile, and you know all the while this is the life for you. Time to let you live your life, to let you see the side. Smile, we stay as new as you. We'll always be GE. We bring good things to life.
Now's the time to buy a home because Century 21 offices are opening doors for you. It's our Century 21 open house weekend.
This weekend, we're opening doors all over the area to homes you can afford.
And Century 21 offices are selling more homes than anyone else.
Now's the time to buy a home. So come on in.
Number one to work for you. Century 21.
Call your local Century 21 broker for details of our open house weekend.
Liberty is an idea, handed down from generation to generation, people to people. America honors the Statue of Liberty centennial by minting United States Liberty coins, valuable keepsakes that treasure liberty always. U.S. Liberty coins, singly or in sets, at banks, savings and loans, and Montgomery Ward stores. Keep liberty in mint condition forever.
Stay tuned for the Bob Fosse musical Big Deal and the star-studded salute to the 40 years of Tony Award-winning plays.
This is CBS.
Vidal Sassoon, revolutionary cuts. Now, revolutionary color. Introducing colorific mousses and gels. Style them in today, then change them and change them again. Colorific mousses instantly rev up color. Colorific gels paint on metallic shine. Only Vidal Sassoon brings this much style to hair color. Colorific.
I like the idea of having a car with a whole unique look built just for me. That's why I got this special edition Tempo LX. Now, they only had a few of them, and they only had them in this area. But because there's a deal in the option package, it was an unbelievable bargain. And talk about low financing, well, this Ford dealer had it. And then he tells me I can save over $400 on a free automatic transmission. I like that guy. I like the financing, and I love this special edition Tempo LX. Quality people, quality products, you bet. Go see for yourself.
The future of Arlington Park after the Tonys.
And now, our third musical nominee. A musical about a group of small-time hoods in Chicago in the 30s. Hang on to your hats, folks, for the hair-raising first act finale of Big Deal, Beat Me, Daddy, 8 to the Bar.
The nominees for Best Performance by a Featured Actress in a Play are Stockard Channing for The House of Blue Leaves, and sharing the stage with her, Swoosie Kurtz for The House of Blue Leaves, Bethel Leslie for Long Day's Journey into Night, and Zoe Wanamaker for Loot. And the winner is Swoosie Kurtz in The House of Blue Leaves.
Oh, God. Miracles tumbled down on me. Thank you, God. Thank you for John Guare, his artistry and grace and wisdom and infinite humor. Thank you, Jerry Zaks, for your genius. You opened the doors of so many closed rooms and helped me see into the dark corners of Banana's heart. Thank you to the astonishing cast I share the stage with every night. Each one of you is a miracle. Thank you, Bernie Gersten and Greg Mosier, for giving us such a gracious home, being so unproducer-like. Thank you, Margot and Frankie, my two best friends. And thank you to the theater for teaching me all about madness. And to Bananas herself, who will live in my heart forever. Thank you.
The nominees for Best Performance by a Featured Actor in a Play are Peter Gallagher in Long Day's Journey into Night, Charles Keating in Loot, sharing the stage with him, Joseph Mahar in Loot, and John Mahoney in The House of Blue Leaves. The winner is John Mahoney in The House of Blue Leaves.
I'm just so proud to be a part of this whole proceedings tonight that this wasn't really necessary, but you'll never get it back. I'd like to thank John Guare for his magnificent play and for his encouragement and his love from the first day of rehearsal until 45 minutes ago. And Jerry Zaks for his relentless direction. I'm sure he's taking notes over there now on this speech that I'll get later. And the rest of the cast, who just trying to keep on stage with them, forced me to do things I never knew I was capable of. To all my friends and family for their support, and thank you very, very much.
Introducing the most unique total photographic system in the world. The new Polaroid Spectra system. A completely automatic camera and a brilliant new film that gives you pictures so stunningly real, so lifelike, they capture reality in a way we've never done before. The new Polaroid Spectra system. We take your pictures seriously.
You know what really chips me off? When even your fat clothes are too tight. Having to pay $500 for a little old pair of snake shoes. And I'm not a cranky person, except when my nails get chipped in, I really get chipped off. So I use L'Oreal 10-day formula. With a little care, I can go 10 days with hardly a chip. So why do I get chipped off? That's when I can't find L'Oreal.
10-day formula nail enamel.
from L'Oreal.
Made in the USA.
Ask for the Made in the USA label, because it does matter.
To all of us. It matters to me.
And me too.
You better believe it matters to me.
Ask for and buy Made in the USA.
The greatest invention in travel since the wheel is American Airlines Ultimate Super Savers. Fares from $39 to $159. Discover affordable travel with American Airlines.
If someone came up to you and confided that she had always depended on the kindness of strangers, chances are you would think of A Streetcar Named Desire. Or if you overheard a large man asking his companion, "Tell me about the rabbits, George," you would know you'd met Lenny in Of Mice and Men. With love and admiration, we present the past 40 years of Tony Award-winning plays.
Small my nose. Know that I glory in this nose of mine, for a great nose indicates a great man.
This is Ensign Pulver. Captain, I just threw your palm tree overboard. Now what's all that crap about no movie tonight?
He is not to be allowed to fall into his grave like an old dog. Attention. Attention must finally be paid to such a man.
I want to be cured of a craving for something I cannot find, and of a shame for never finding it. Can you cure me?
To me, the bed was beautiful, like religion. Now I lie on it with dreams, with memories only, but it is still beautiful to me.
I wanted to leave a message for the new young couple. I wanted to tell them how happy we'd been and that it was a very good bed. I mean, it's had a very nice history, and that marriage is a good thing.
I counted myself plain. So poorly made, no honest love could come to me. Suspicion kissed him when I did. I never knew how to say my love. It were a cold house I kept.
History of Okinawa revealed distinguished record of conquerors. We have honor to be subjugated in 14th century by Chinese pirates, in 16th century by English missionaries, in 18th century by Japanese warlords, and in 20th century by American Marines. Okinawa, very fortunate. Culture brought to us, not have to leave home for it.
You ever look into the eyes of one of those crazy kids? That's why I'm going to get him before he gets me.
In spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart.
That damn play that I bought for a song and made such a great success in, a great money success in, ruined me. I lost a great talent that I once had through years of easy repetition, never learning a new part, never really working hard.
Louis Howe told me when I was in the hospital that I had two choices. I could lie on my back and be a country squire and write books, or I could get up and become President of the United States.
I can bear anything a man can bear, if I can be one.
Water. W-A-T-E-R. Water. It has a name. Mrs. Keller. Mrs. Keller. She knows.
It has pleased you to make me an archbishop, and to set me like a solitary pawn face to face with the king. Your will be done.
I am the king. Will no one rid me of him? A priest.
I say none harm, I think none harm. And if that be not enough to keep a man alive, then in good faith, I long not to live.
There was only one man who ever made me happy. It was George, my husband, who made the hideous, the hurtful, the insulting mistake of loving me and must be punished for it. Oh, it's so sad, sad, sad.
I cannot and will not recant. Here I stand. God help me. I can do no more. Amen.
When I left this house, I blamed him for everything that was wrong here. When I came home, I blamed you. Now I suspect that no one's to blame. Not even me.
Please watch these barbarous displays calmly. The men of that time were primitive. We're more civilized.
You know something? It's not a bad idea to have a woman in the house. Maybe we should keep her.
Dying is not romantic. It's the absence of presence, nothing more. The endless time of never coming back. A gap you can't see. And when the wind blows through it, it makes no sound.
I've been it. All that champ jive been beat clear out of me. Why, that belt of yours ain't nothing but hardware. Wouldn't even hold up my pants. It knocked me for 10 and take it. I'd be much obliged.
Does the prisoner have anything to say before sentence is passed? Does he? He's been working on the bloody speech for a month.
You are a young man, dressed as a clown, about to be murdered. Put the mask on, Marlo.
I'd kill myself if I were you, Dave. You're in too much misery. I'd cut my wrists. Honestly speaking, brother to brother, you should have done it a long time ago.
You're a thing of rare beauty, boys. 10 seconds left on the clock. We were down by 1 point, remember?
I am the river Niger, transplanted to Harlem. I see no, I hear no, I speak no evil, but I know.
All right, he's sick. He's full of misery and fear. But that boy has known a passion more ferocious than I have felt in any second of my life. And let me tell you something. I envy it.
I dreamed about James Joyce, and I flung at him. What did you do in the Great War? I wrote Ulysses, he said. What did you do? Bloody nerve.
People don't want to let go, do they? They think it's a mistake. They think it's supposed to last forever. No matter who you are, no matter what you are, no matter anything, you're going to die.
In 70 years, the one surviving fragment of my knowledge, the only indisputable poor particle of certainty in my entire life, is that in a public house lavatory, incoming traffic has the right of way.
I have to sleep sitting up. Too heavy to lay down.
thy head, but to sleep alone. That is the worst of all. Until you let me be an individual, an I, just as you are, you will never truly be able to come inside my silence and know me. And until you can do that, I will never let myself know you. Until that time, we cannot be joined. We cannot share a relationship.
Dimly, the music sounded from the salon above. I was suddenly frightened, for it seemed to me I had heard a voice of God, and it issued from a creature whose own voice I had also heard, and it was the voice of an obscene child.
They once lived in the sequestered part of the county of Devonshire. A mother and a daughter.
And a son.
Who recently bereaved were forced to journey up to London.
We have learned nothing in our journeying so strongly as we've learned what happens to the kindest, the noblest, the gentlest of people when their souls are tainted by the touch of money.
Mother and I never talked much, but when we did, we kept things on an honest level. I mean, I told her I was gay when I was 13.
I'd rather be an idiot. It's the kind of idiocy I like. No trick loving somebody at their best. Loves loving them at their worst.
When she smiled at me, I had tiny little heart attacks. Not enough to kill you, just enough to keep you from walking straight.
The theater, dedicated to the purpose that within its walls may be celebrated with gaiety, with pity, and with truth, the divine pageants of the human soul. How very rich we are.
"39 years of Tony-winning plays. Tonight we'll add the 40th. The nominees for Best Play are Benefactors, a dark comedy about the fragility of human relationships set against a backdrop of urban development, author Michael Frayn. Blood Knot, which illustrates the drama and celebrates the occasional humor to be found in South Africa's racial insensitivity, author Athol Fugard. The House of Blue Leaves, whose loony, sad dreamers from Sunnyside, Queens make their getaways on the day the Pope visits New York. And the author is John Guare. I'm Not Rappaport, a contemporary comedy about survival on the streets of New York, author Herb Gardner. The winner is I'm Not Rappaport, Herb Gardner.
Well, now, this is ample evidence that there is life after Frank Rich.
Plays are given life by many people. All plays are. In this case, I have been extraordinarily fortunate in having Judd Hirsch, who's over there, and Clevon. Where's Clevon Little? Clevon, I'm applauding for you here. You got it? It's very important that I mention Dan Sullivan, who directed my play. He's also the artistic director of the Seattle Repertory Theater. Those of you watching in Seattle, whatever, there's a show in about an hour, go immediately. Dan gave this play a home when it was for a long time quite homeless. I will always be grateful to him for that and the illumination he gave to the darker places in my play. I also want to thank Jim. Oh, there's... Gotta make a fuss here. I know you're supposed to do this in terms of... Thank you, This is producer Jim Walsh.
I'd like to thank the Tony nominators, the Tony voters. Most importantly, I'd like to thank Herb Gardner for writing this touching, tender, loving, funny play and giving me the opportunity to produce it. I'd like to thank my partners, Louis Allen and Martin Heinfling. I also would like to thank that inspired artistic director of the Seattle Repertory Theater, Dan Sullivan, who not only did a wonderful job directing this play, but gave us our first home. My everlasting gratitude to Judd Hirsch and Clevon Little, two of the finest actors in this country who give 8 beautiful performances every week, week after week, month after month, and they never miss a performance. They never give less than 100%. They make a producer very happy. We have a great supporting cast, and I'd like to mention them. Mercedes Rule, Greg Almquist, Richard Council, Josh Pace, Nancy Travis. We have a first-rate stage management team, Tom Kelly, Chuck Kindle, my assistant, Flory Siri, Stan Silver, superb press department, Jeffrey Richards, George Willard, Chuck Kindle, the Schubert Organization, our investors, who not only gave us their passion, but their dollars, and most of all, the theater goer, the audiences who have taken this play to their hearts and insisted their friends do the same. I thank my family, Juliet, Jason, Sam, Mike, my mother, and your mothers. Thank you all.
Oh, those 40 wonderful award-winning plays, all of them marvelous, so enduring. It's no wonder that they're done again and again. Tonight, we acknowledge the reproductions that have blessed our stages this year. The nominees are Hay Fever by Cole Porter. Cole Porter, do you believe that? Noel Coward. All right. The Iceman Cometh. Eugene O'Neill. Loot. Joe Orton. Sweet Charity. Book by Neil Simon. Music by Cy Coleman and the lyrics by Dorothy Fields. And the winner is Sweet Charity.
It's a special thrill for me to receive this award on the stage of the Minskoff Theater. We want to thank everybody in our wonderful company. You've seen some of them up here. We believe everybody in our company deserves a Tony. However, there are 3 people I'd like to mention in regards to our show. One is Joe Harris, whose idea it was to put this play back in production. Two, to our unsung hero, Gwen Verdon, without whose help, I don't think the show would have gotten on. And most importantly, to the genius of Bob Fosse. Thank you very much.
Medical news from Nuprin.
Moments ago, a medical study reported the best news for tough headaches in over 10 years. Beyond regular strength aspirin, beyond extra strength Tylenol, there's a higher level of pain relieving strength, Nuprin strength. 2 little Nuprin are stronger than extra strength Tylenol, so Nuprin stops headaches better. And remember, Nuprin is gentler to your stomach than aspirin. For strength beyond extra strength Tylenol, Nuprin strength.
Come with me. Come see something beautiful. Ultress, Clairol's newest, the only permanent hair color with a gel colorant. Colors are soft, luminous. Look at them. Even Europe never made shades more beautiful. Delicate blondes, not brassy. Subtle browns, black, reds. Only Ultress has extra conditioner. Hair feels soft, wonderful. Be the best you've ever been.
With gel formula Ultress by Clairol.
Is this the key to your car? If so, consider the Honda Civic DX hatchback. It's full of space. The key is its long lines and innovative engineering. It keeps you from feeling packed in. Even the rear seats slide back and recline. You know, this small car is so big, it's simply uncanny.
I found a long-distance phone company with discounts when it's convenient for me to call.
I discovered one that lets me call anywhere, state to state, for one low hourly rate.
I found a long-distance company that can save me over 50%.
Who are they talking about? Who else? AT&T, the company that helps make your long-distance dollars go farther. With services you can count on. AT&T Long Distance for over 100 years. When you reached out, we were there. And you can keep it that way. AT&T, the right choice.
Stay tuned for Tango Argentino and the Broadway Tony-winning musical salute from Applause to last year's Big River.
The word on the street is infertility. Some couples, desperate for children, pay a high price in money and pain. West 57th, Wednesday.
Then,
mind if I drop in?
struggling actor by day,
Get me a play.
superhero by night.
Who is he?
He fights crime, saves lives,
Who are you?
I'm Captain Avenger.
and even gets the girl.
Oh, he's such a nice boy.
John Ritter, Ann Archer, hero at large, Wednesday.
This is CBS.
Good evening at 9:38 from the Channel 2 newsroom. This is Newsbreak. Management operators are manning the phone circuits for AT&T as striking operators stay home. Talks are continuing. Polish Americans took to the streets in Chicago tonight protesting the jailing in Poland of a Solidarity leader. Gusting winds on Lake Michigan capsized several small boats as the temperature dropped 25 degrees in 1 hour. Details of these and other stories on the Channel 2 Weekend News after the Tonys.
The world is waiting. We can take you there with Air Canada style. See how much we care. World class, worldwide. World class, worldwide. So fly Air Canada for all the best you deserve. All over the world. World class, worldwide. Air Canada.
It's Sunday. Have you called your mother yet?
Chicago auditions for Dance Fever, tonight at 10:30.
The beginning of a new decade.
What is it that we're living for? Applause, applause.
The musical that achieved the Tony in 1970 was the musical version of an old movie favorite, All About Eve. We relished the competition between the two actresses and applauded when the heroine won her man.
drive a person crazy. You could drive a person mad.
In 1971, Stephen Sondheim wrote the score for a Tony-winning musical, Company, that drew a bottom line under modern marriage. Now, he understood the pulls on the male of the species, but he had great compassion for the females as well.
Worse than that, a person that titillates a person and leaves her flat is crazy. He's a troubled person. He's a truly crazy person himself.
The Tony in '72 went to Two Gentlemen of Verona.
Summer, summer, I was like the summer, wondering where to go. Autumn, autumn, I was like the autumn, dying on the vine.
That same year, Stephen Sondheim gave us Folly, and for the first time, we heard
Broadway, baby, walking off my tired feet, pounding 42nd Street to be in a show. Broadway, baby, learning how to sing and dance, waiting for my one big chance, working for an Iceman like the Ziegler or a Weissman in a great big Broadway show.
And another Broadway baby, Marlo Thomas.
The nominees for the best performance by a leading actor in a play are Hume Cronin, whose retired British general learns more about its marriage in 60 minutes than he had permitted himself to acknowledge in its 50 years in the petition. Ed Harris as the working stiff father who wants more for his sons but doesn't know how to reach them in Precious Sons. And Judd Hirsch for his outrageous octogenarian staying alive by battling the system in I'm Not Rappaport. Jack Lemmon, whose actor father is a pathological miser and a selfishly indifferent survivor in Long Day's Journey into Night. And the winner is Judd Hirsch in I'm Not Rappaport.
Much. I think Alex Cohn said that we're on time. This is going to put it over. I really feel very lonely out here because you can't do a play like this without the other guy. I'm going to have to insist that Cleavon Little come out here and look like he's listening. Cleavon, come on. We got time. Okay, they're putting Cleavon back together again. He's a little shocked, probably in the wrong uniform. There are a couple of ways one can, react to something like this, and usually it's with exaggerated surprise, which means that it usually holds the connotation that somebody has made a grave error in your behalf, or with, hello there. I was telling the folks, I was just trying to fill in until you got here. This is Cleavon. Yeah. Okay, we got a half an hour to go here. Or with exaggerated relief, meaning that you have waited a long time in some grand campaign that you've been running here to win something, and of course neither one of these things is true. There are no real winners. There's just people like me who
fool enough to get up here and make such an apologia. If anybody has not seen these other actors in this category, you're a fool. They're magnificent. Jack Lemmon is a magnificent actor, and the show he's in is magnificent. I just made friends with him. Mr. Hume Cronin, I am in your debt for your life, for my life. Thank you for being the man you are. Mr. Ed Harris, I didn't see the show, but the only thing anybody told me was that you were magnificent and wonderful in that show, and I believe it. Thank you for coming back. Mr. Herb Gardner, who is, I just thank him for being my friend and my personal playwright, and for being, I think now, and I think he should really take this seriously, one of the preeminent American playwrights on our stage today. Thank you. I would name everybody else, but everybody's taken care of that. This is the icing on the cake, and I love this man. Thank you so much.
Nominees for Best Performance by a Leading Actress in a Play are Rosemary Harris as the retired but never retiring actress who gives new meaning to the words overacting in Hay Fever. Mary Beth Hurt for her mousy, defenseless Englishwoman torn between tears and giggles in Benefactors. Jessica Tandy for her ultimately liberated English lady facing some final decisions in The Petition. And Lily Tomlin, who single-handedly illuminates an entire parade of instantly recognizable human representatives in the search for signs of intelligent life in the universe. And the winner is Lily Tomlin.
I'm so happy to get this beautiful Tony. My associate producer, Cheryl, said to me tonight, why don't you go out and get a permanent? So you say, I wasn't sure I was going to get it, so I went out and got one of my own. See, and I'd have a Tony on. Well, I'm going to thank Sam Cohn. I want to thank Jerry and Bernie and Phil, who gave us a pretty good deal on the Plymouth. I want to thank Charles Bowden, Paula Lawrence, my dear friends and constant supporters. Sereno Corn and Nappy, a great ad agency, who will, I hope, put this in my ad on Sunday. Veronica Claypool, our general manager. Cheryl Swanick, I mentioned her name earlier, my associate producer. Janet Baroza, who's my stage manager, does a wonderful job every night. Otz Munderloh and Debbie Van Puck, who developed and designed the sound for us. Peter Jampolos, who did the wonderful lights and the set. Pam Young, I'm going to get them all in because I live with them every night. Tina, Judy Van Herpen, Luann, Jimmy D, Jim Spradling, Mike, Mark, Barbara on Spot. Joan, Joey Monaco, Roy Sears, who built me a stage that doesn't squeak, Barry in the box office, Sadie, our head usher, who celebrated her 90th birthday this year, and of course, more than anybody, who? Oh, Cheryl Dolby, my press representative, PMK, my full-time press representative, and of course, most of all, Jane Wagner, who wrote this beautiful play. And happiness to do every night. I have these lifesavers absolutely squashed in my hand. I'm so happy to be an actor and to be a part of this theater and to work in New York and to have been here all year and to have this play to do that celebrates the experience of theater and the audience and their participation in that experience. And I'm truthfully joyful. And I share this with Jane, first of all, and with everybody who supports us every night. And we all of us share it and accept it in loving memory of my teacher, Peggy Fury. And I love you all.
There's never been a cereal like this before. There's
Raisin in the middle.
of Kellogg's Raisin Squares.
Raisin in the middle.
Kellogg's Raisin Squares.
It's the perfect combination.
Whole wheat sweetened with raisin, all wrapped up in a perfect square. It's very unexpected to find it there.
Raisin in the middle.
Natural sweet raisin.
Raisin in the middle.
Kellogg's Raisin Squares.
Raisin in the middle.
You're gonna like it there.
Kellogg's Raisin Squares.
Feels so good. Coming down, down. Feels so right. Light and bright. 7-Up splashing on the fun. Pouring cool and clear on everyone. 7-Up feels so good. 7-Up.
Introducing Kodacolor VRG, film that captures the color of power.
The most accurate, realistic color in print film is here. New Kodacolor VRG.
The color of light.
This is the heart of the remarkable GE Miser household bulb. Its advanced design creates light from energy ordinary bulbs waste. A light that saves you energy, and that saves you money. With GE Miser lights, you get all the light you need to help keep your home bright, safe, and secure. The more you replace ordinary bulbs with GE Miser lights, the more energy and money you save. GE Miser lights, they save you energy, and that saves you money. GE, we bring good things to life.
A weekend in the country, our music, how we delightfully throw. A weekend in the country, while we're losing our control.
1973 was another of those years when the musical theater was especially rich. In addition to the elegant and lyrical, a little night music, there was also Don't Bother Me, I Can't Cope, revivals of Lost in the Stars and Irene, and the fabulous Tiffany. Remember this?
We got magic to do just for you. We got miracle plays to play. Rivers belong where they can ramble. We got parts to perform, hearts to warm. Eagles belong where they can fly. Kings and things to take by storm as we go along. Gotta find my corner of the sky.
74 also had a bunch of wonderful musicals. Raisin, which won the Tony. Seesaw, Over Here, Candide, and Gigi.
No need to sit around remembering how it used to be. There'll be a whole lot of sunlight shining for you and me.
The Wiz was Broadway's 1975 version of The Wizard of Oz.
Come on, ease on down the road. Come on, ease on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that might be a love. Come on, ease on down the road.
That was 1976 in a chorus line, of course. Chorus line is still running, but these past 10 years have brought us other musicals full of show tunes as well.
Gonna harm you, not while I'm around. Nothing's gonna harm you, no sir, not while I'm around. Demons are prowling everywhere nowadays. I'll send them howling. I got ways.
Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is I never left you. All through my wild days, my mad existence, I kept my promise. Don't keep your distance.
We're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. We're in the money. Come on, my honey. Let's send it, let it, send it, rolling along.
Bonnie Berger, my soul in the world could be in despair when he is flashing at the Bonnie Berger. The answer to what you are after, the music, the light, and the laughter at the Bonnie Berger. Touch me, it's so easy to leave me all alone with the memory of my days in the sun. If you touch me, you'll understand what happiness is. Look, a new day has What's left of summer but a faded rose? The best of times is now. As for tomorrow, well, who knows, who knows, who knows? So hold this moment fast and live and love as long as you know how. And make this moment last, because the best of times is now, is now, is now. Look out for me, oh muddy water, no mystery, heart deep and wide, and I got a need for going someplace, someplace, and I got a need to climb up on your back and ride. Wanna sing a show tune, good old Broadway show tune.
Ronald McDonald Children's Charities gives a helping hand to a lot of good programs that help children in need.
At Ronald McDonald House, I can be near my mom and dad, so they won't be afraid.
Ronald McDonald House, special summer camps, education and medical research. They're all part of Ronald McDonald Children's Charities, a helping hand for kids who need help. A helping hand that you support with each Happy Pail Happy Meal you buy for your child. A portion of the proceeds goes to support Ronald McDonald Children's Charities and Ronald McDonald House.
Thank you.
There's a time when others make decisions for you.
This one.
Later on, you make your own decisions. Now, many of you are being asked to make an important one. If you don't choose a long-distance company, one will be chosen for you, and it might not be the right one for you. So if the AT&T services you've always counted on are important to you, be sure to mail in the ballot you'll be receiving. This one, please. There's one way to be sure the right choice is made. Make it yourself. AT&T, the right choice.
Our last musical nominee, Tango Argentino, is playing in Los Angeles. But tonight, in this excerpt pre-recorded from performances all over the country, we are reminded of the skill and precision, the style and sensuality, and the sheer exhilaration of dance.
The way cheap phones break down, the companies that make them must do some pretty interesting tests.
I hear you. You hear me? I hear you. I heard something.
Real torture tests. And ring tests.
I heard it. What did you hear? I heard it. I didn't hear it. Are you sure you heard it? I heard it. I heard it.
Well, AT&T makes phones to pass your test.
It's nothing. I dropped the phone.
Get one now and receive a shopping certificate worth up to $20 in merchandise. AT&T, the right choice.
People can't get over the change in me. I guess it's just that I feel so good about myself now. What happened is I went on a diet, and it worked. I took Dexatrim and I lost weight, and that really made me happy. Let me tell you, it's a lot more pleasant being around me now. Probably because there's a lot less of me to be around.
Dexatrim people. They're living proof that Dexatrim works.
I came to shoot with the smallest 8mm camcorder.
I'm shooting with the world's smallest VHS.
It's the JVC mini video movie.
Does yours have autofocus and power zoom?
No.
Built-in monitor for instant replay?
No.
Can you play your 8mm tapes in any VHS machine?
No.
Good. Then let's shoot.
Don't get caught behind the 8-ball. Get the JVC mini video movie.
How's business? Business? Business is on the bum. Well, give us a couple of beers. That'll help a little.
If you want to know why old-style light drinkers are so loyal, just try someone else's light.
That ain't our beer. Where'd you get this slop?
Ex-jocks like it, and it's cheaper than yours. Old-style light is naturally brewed, so it's naturally better.
When Dutch comes around, he's going to leave you some beer. How many shall we leave? Oh, two kegs. You hear that, Dutch?
Old-style light.
Bring in 5 kegs.
The nominees for Best Performance by a Leading Actor in a Musical are Don Correa for his singing and dancing wet and dry performance in Singin' in the Rain, Clavent Derricks for his hopelessly and hilariously inept Petty Thief in Big Deal, Maurice Hines for his dazzling display of tapping technique in Uptown It's Hot, and George Rose for his quintessential MC, the delightful music hall host in The Mystery of Edwin Drood. And the winner is, God, I can't see, George Rose!
Thank you. You know, sometimes the show comes along that makes you really glad you became an actor. And you realize that certainly in no other profession in the world are fun and work and play and music and laughter all so sweetly and so generously commingled. So thank you, Rupert. Thank you for The Mystery of Edwin Drood. Thank you, Grazie, Will. And of course, thank you, Joe, and everybody down at the New York Shakespeare Festival. And thank you, Eddie, and the boys and girls in the band for making every performance sound like opening night. And most of all, thank you, my dear fellow acolytes of the thespianic persuasion, to enjoy the pleasure of your company 8 times a week and then be given a prize is really an embarrassment of riches. Thank you so much. Thank you.
The nominees for Best Performance by a Leading Actress in a Musical are Debbie Allen for her ever-optimistic charity Hope Valentine in Sweet Charity, Cleo Laine as Princess Puffer, the flamboyant proprietress of an opium den in The Mystery of Edwin Drood, Bernadette Peters as Emma from England, who comes to terms with her own self-image in song and dance, and Chita Rivera, the ultimate survivor, in Jerry's Girls. And the winner is Bernadette Peters in song and dance.
Thank you very much. I'm overwhelmed. I really I appreciate this so much. I want to thank my mother for insisting I had talent and continuing with my lessons. And I want to thank my father and my sister and my brother for their loving support. And I have to thank a person for whom I wouldn't be standing here today getting this. My manager and dear, dear friend, Tom Hammond. And I have more because I want to thank my acting teacher, David LeGrand, and my singing teacher, Adrian Angel, because I couldn't have sung 8 shows a week, and I can't sing 8 shows a week without her. And LaWanda Kaplan, and the dancers in the show are so talented and so committed and so uplifting. They uplift the show, and they uplift me every night. I want to thank my standby, Maureen Moore. And Richard Maltby. The show wouldn't have happened on this side of the Atlantic without Richard Maltby, our director. And Don Black, who I adore, rewrote the lyrics with Richard. And Andrew Lloyd Webber for his gorgeous music. music. And Bernie Jacobs and Jerry Schoenfeld, my second great experience with them. And Cameron McIntosh and the Really Useful Company and the FWM producing group. And that's it. I'm out of cards. I want to thank the audience because they're so warm. And thank you for coming, the audience, to the show. And thank you for this very, very much.
Introducing Kodacolor VRG film.
We're all moving to a different rhythm. Our hearts are beating to a different drum.
That's what keeps the whole world spinning.
And that's what makes the whole world fun. Don't you know we're all part of the color of life?
The most accurate, realistic color in print film is here. New Kodacolor VRG.
Color of life.
Presenting 14 savory flavors to shake your craving for salt. Mrs. Dash, 14 herbs and spices so vegetables snap, chicken sizzles. No bitter taste of salt substitutes. Mrs. Dash, instead of salt.
New VO5 hairspray is actually good for my hair. It doesn't leave it dry. It truly improves my hair's condition. Doesn't dull or damage. And the more I use it, the better my hair looks and feels. Patented VO5, good for your hair.
Hello? Dad, what's up? My grades? Sounds like a bad connection.
What if you could lower your monthly phone bills
No, Dad, I'd really love to talk to you.
without lowering the sound quality of your phone calls?
But you probably can't hear me.
When you've got Sprint,
You can.
you can. You've got the future on the line.
Is there a caller there? Hi.
Phil? Hi. Please don't get me wrong or anything. I really, really like your show a lot, but I've got a great idea for it. Why don't you change the time?
My grandmother had similar advice.
People would watch you more if it were on in the afternoon, let's say about 3 o'clock. I really do.
You know, this has got tremendous possibilities.
Starting Monday, June 9th, Donahue moves to 3 o'clock on Channel 2.
The nominees for Best Musical are Big Deal, The Mystery of Edwin Drood, Song and Dance, Tango Argentino, and the winner is The Mystery of Edwin Drood.
Well, I'm very proud tonight. I'm proud for all of us here, my colleagues in the theater, those that have won prizes and those that have not. It's a great thing to be in the American theater. I'm particularly pleased that the Broadway community has seen fit to choose a newcomer to our midst, an extraordinary talented composer and writer who I think will be on the boards once again next season. Talk about Rupert Holmes. Thank you all for a good night.
Excuse me. What would you say if you could make more out-of-state calls for the same amount of money? Even during business hours?
Well,
Trained specialists, there when you need them. What if the company offering you all this was AT&T?
that's a horse of a different color.
The new AT&T Pro America plan. 10% off for just $15 a month. And AT&T. Call 1-800-222-0400. AT&T. The right choice.
McDonald's presents Happy Pail, Happy Meal. 5 different pails to choose. Happy Pails for kids who fill. And fill.
And Phil.
And fill.
Just buy your child a hamburger.
Us chicken McNuggets, soft drink, and French fries. The way the kids like us in the regular size. It's a good time. Really great taste. Of McDonald's.
All other buckets pale still by comparison.
A portion of the proceeds from every Happy Pail Happy Meal goes to support Ronald McDonald Children's Charities.
Honey, I brought home your favorite ice cream.
Oh, bonbons, the finger food ice cream. What have you got in mind?
Just sharing.
Sharing what?
These delicious bonbons, of course.
And what else, George?
Bonbons brand ice cream nuggets from Carnation. Bite-sized scoops of creamy ice cream, like new chocolate peanut butter and Bavarian mint, covered in a rich chocolatey coating. Bonbons, the finger food ice cream.
George, let's share some more.
In the auction lots, barn sales, and antique shops of small-town Illinois, pieces like these are sold every day for far less than they're actually worth. People who buy and sell antiques for a living know where these places are. We thought maybe you'd like to know, too.
Illinois, you put me in a happy state.
Give my regards to Broadway. Remember me to Harold Square. Tell all the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there. Whisper of how I'm yearning to mingle with the old time throng.
Nominees have been selected by the experts of the Tony Nominating Committee from the productions which have opened this year. The secret ballots were then voted by the 646 qualified industry voters, and the results have been tabulated by the accounting firm of Lutz & Carr. Travel arrangements provided by Pan Am.
Give my regards to Broadway. Remember me to Harold Square. Tell all the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there. Whisper of how I'm yearning to mingle with the old time throng.
President Reagan and Congress have declared this to be National Theater Week.
Give my regards to Broadway. Remember me to Harold Square.
This is Les Marshak speaking. Good night from Broadway in New York City.
To learn more about the history of the American theater, the Library of Congress suggests these books. Broadway Babies, The People Who Made the American Musical by Ethan Morden, The Lively Years, 1920 to 1973 by Brooks Atkinson and Albert Hirschfeld. These and many other fascinating books are waiting for you in your local library and bookstore. Visit them. They'll be happy to help you read more about it.